Hey folks, I'm just listening to it in the background while I'm in here doing paperwork. But y'all see the title on this, and I'm quite sure I'm gonna mess up the order of some because we had a map in our contact room at Camp Hoff, and we had another one at our garrison in Bamberg of the Soviet Union. Well, then it was USSR, but they don't call it the USSR anymore. But I'm trying to see if I can remember them all as because the way I remember them is in I don't know who she is. I don't know none of these people. I just saw it in this thing on the side and I clicked on it and I've been listening to it. But let me see. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, very wealthy. Belarus, Moldova. Let's get this going. Moldova. Well, I say Moldova. Moldova. Ukraine, duh. And then below the Ukraine, Moldova is out at the coast, then Ukraine, then Georgia borders, I'm sorry, y'all. Borders the Ukraine from the south, then Armenia, Azerbaijan? Is either Azerbaijan and then Armenia, or the other way around. You're probably going to get me on that one. Then the Turks and the Uzbeks, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Then the Tajikistan. Then Kazakhstan, I think. Somebody going to heat me up. Then, well, I know where Kazakhstan is because I think there is China. Then it's Kazakhstan, and Kazakhstan is huge and mountainous. And then Mother Russia. I think that's it. I think. Did I say Kyrgyzstan? Anyway. Y'all know what I'm getting at. Let me turn this light because this light is that the wrong light. Because it's washing out the thing. Because I tend to have these conversations and they pop up and they're easy to have with the guys that I served with when we were over there, when it was East and West Germany, when there was still a wall and we had to troop it, and it was trooped by men with guns, armored vehicles and guns. I would put my thing. I left it in my POV, so I don't have my wireless microphone thing, so I can really, so then I can talk in my normal tone, and and whatnot, instead of having to talk louder to make sure that I get picked up, and then have to chop it down in my video editor, because with that thing, I don't have to mess with my audio, but I forgot it. I said I forgot it in my POV. Anyway, the Ukraine conflict that's going on here, that's being funded by the United States and a couple of other European countries. Y'all know who it is. We all know. We've all been down the list. Who's supplying weapons, who's supplying armament, and how NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, how if one fights, the rest's supposed to fight, even though they don't always do it. But it gotta be what's in it for me. And hey, and I ain't gonna front. I'd be like, well, man, I mean, do I just stand to lose? Am I gonna gain anything out of this? And yeah, wait, no, Mr. Carlos Cosio I'm waiting on him to pick up his 2007 Chevy Silverado 1500 Classic, white in color, that was recovered stolen. I actually picked the truck up. He said he's on his way, so I figure I'd do this right quick, because as soon as I get him out of here, it's Sunday. It's 4:55 now. He said he'd be here between 6:30, so I better get the chopping. Just because I know if he pull up and I gotta pause, I'm gonna lose my spot, and I'm gonna forget some of the stuff that I was talking about. We was on a Zoom whiteboard talking with each other. Some of me and my guys, we do this from time to time, and I tell them I'm gonna do this, but it's only so much I'm gonna say. And one of them, he's a streamer, but he's just not on YouTube, and we've agreed to keep our alliance, off of the web, because some of y'all might know who he is, and but yeah, he was a hell of a soldier. He is a hell of a soldier. But anyway, think of the world as a business. The earth ain't growing any more land. The earth isn't growing any more, vegetables and stuff like that. That's regenerative. Same thing with livestock. You girl cow, boy cow, make a cow. We all know how it works. Birds and the bees, right? Nature. But land, water, and the heart provides water. So, I'm not getting into that again either. But anyway, look. Matter of fact, let me grab my cup of coffee. Okay. Before it get cold on me. Russia, I think, and I said this before. Now, I don't have anything to back it up, just from being there. Like I said, that's a trip. No, never mind. I'll leave that part out. Resources. I've always talked about the world. The world runs on resources. It do. If you have diamonds, somebody's coming. If you have gold, somebody's coming. If you have oil, who is it? United States motherfuckers, open the door. You got oil. Either you're gonna sell it to us or you're gonna give it to us. But don't worry, we give it back to you in goods that we use the crude refining process on, and we'll sell you the stuff back. See? Yay! No oil, no plastics. And then there's something else. The tree huggers. This plastic bottle uses a third less material than bottles from just 5 years ago. It's non-BPA. Ma'am, what? That bottle is made out of what? It's out of what? Plastic. How can you be anti-oil and pro-plastic? It's simple. You can't do it. How'd you get here? I drive a hybrid. I didn't ask you that. I asked you how'd you get here. You drove a hybrid. Do you know how many petroleum products, crude oil products, is in that hybrid car? In that electric car? Well, it's electric, so without crude oil, they wouldn't have the substrates to manufacture that damn car. In through nose, out through Listen, the world is a business, and you have business leaders. This ain't Bush talk. This ain't Clinton talk. This ain't Trump talk. This is reality talk. The United States, we were king turd for so long, and people in China, I ain't worrying about China. China doesn't invent anything. China copies stuff, and they do it cheaper through, I won't say forced labor, I'll just say cheaper labor force, persuaded labor force. I'll just say that. And they put out an inferior product. Yes, I said it. I'm one of those old guys. Now, if you young, you just grew up with Chinese products. You don't know nothing else but Chinese products. Not your fault, but that's just the reality of it. I'm an old guy. I remember when tools were made in the United States, car parts were made in the United States, when AC Delco was at, when the plant that was out there in Flint, Michigan, I remember all this stuff. Warren, Michigan, Flint, Michigan, all these places, Grand Rapids, where stuff was built out of American steel, American copper, American boron, American stuff. And it lasted. Oh, cars are junk. Yeah, dude, it's 60 models. If the rust didn't get them, ain't no shortage of 50s and 60s model cars riding around out here. They're the ones that, the people got. They made stuff, and it was solid. Now, refrigerators, everybody called it a Frigidaire, because even though no matter what brand you had, that's what everybody would say. Put that in the Frigidaire. But it's a Kenmore. It was just, they just said that, just like copying machines. Xerox me a copy. That was Xerox me a copy. Well, mine's a brother. You know what they mean, but that was because Xerox was larger than life, so the majority of the printers, copiers were Xerox, so people just called it Xerox. You know what I'm saying? All those countries are fragmented. Okay? The big two is fragmented. Russia sees it. This is like I said, I'm just talking off of me. Russia sees it. Ukraine has been called the breadbasket of Europe as long as I can remember. I didn't even know where Ukraine was, and I knew that phrase. I knew that phrase when I was in school, and I'm in my 50s. Do other nations grow stuff? Yes. But to the degree that Ukraine does? No. Done the breakdown. I got the video where, they percentage of this and where they stand in the world with this, and all the other stuff. I think that was like the first or second video that I uploaded to my new channel. Didn't get many hits because it's new, but it's there. So if anybody actually went to look for it, they'd see them. Because I've done it on food, grains, and all kind of other stuff. And I've done another one on energy. Your oil, wind, gas, solar, all that stuff. 2 separate videos. And Xi Jinping even chimes in a couple of times during the video. Oh, I think of Taylor. Oh, we beat you again. That's a trip. I can't think of a Chinese dish that has potatoes in it, but China produces more potatoes than the United States. I know. Now, I do know you can get the starch substrate out of potatoes and use it for glue. I do know that. So that's a part in it. Toothpaste, I don't know what toothpaste, makeup, glue. I know potatoes. Those are 3 things that you can get out of potatoes besides just eating. But anyway, You think maybe they're trying to keep Vlad knows, and they're trying to keep Vlad from getting the Ukraine back under control. Because if I get the Ukraine back under control, because there's a couple of nations already that's pretty much then without the Soviet support because they wanted to break away. Without and at the time they broke away, it actually made sense. Because it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I remember the bad old days. I had to look through the you know, with Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia, and I forgot about them. Well, they weren't part. Those were, I think they were members of the Warsaw Pact. Either they were, I think they were. Okay, this ain't gonna be no short video. Former Warsaw Pact country. Okay, y'all, hold on a second here. Economic resistance. Okay, Albania, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, which ain't no more East Germany, it's just, you know, Germany, Hungary, Poland, Romania, and the Soviet Union. Their last supreme commander. Sorry about that. Was Pyotr Lushev. Peter. Pyotr. But it's Peter. Okay? Yeah, that was the members, that was the Warsaw Pact countries. They dissolved it in 1991. I remember I was there. I'm telling y'all, when the wall came, we were freaking out. Okay, now that's Warsaw Pact. Then let me see the Eastern Bloc. One of my favorite Thomas Dolby songs is called Eastern Bloc. It's like part 2 of Europa and the Pirate Twins. Y'all know I can't do nothing without getting into music, right? Eastern Bloc, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, Hungary, Mongolia, Poland, Romania, Soviet Union, Ukraine. Okay, yeah, got it. Then you had some countries outside of Europe, you know, Angola and Cuba and all that, you know, that was supporters. So, think about this. China is trying to bluster up. If y'all are geographically challenged, China is right below the Soviet Union goes over the top, and China is like in the middle, and you know the Soviet Union goes around them, and then you got Kazakhstan. This like they're right there on that western corner in between China and the Soviet Union. You have Kazakhstan. So they're when you say caught between a rock and a hard place, that's literally. That's literally Kazakhstan. They're between them and Kyrgyzstan. They're between a rock and a hard place. Moldova, Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. I mean, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, because I said it, I was out of order. And Moldova, they're at the coast. I mean, they're at the sea. They have access to the sea. So even if it hits the fan, you know, at least they have an out. They're not locked between Russia and China where you go, well, shit. I mean, what do I do? I'm screwed either way. Where Estonia can go, come on, Latvia. and they got it out. Everybody else, you're screwed. You got to look at the map. I can see the map when I close my eyes. That's how many years I had to look at that map. You passed it going in the building, you passed it going out of the building, and it was a huge one on the wall in the contact room. When I say huge, I mean huge. I wonder what happened to that thing. I bet you probably some general got it in his garage or something. business. All right, because Tajikistan, they got coal and rubber. And Latvia makes this. Latvia is wealthy. Estonia is wealthy. Lithuania is wealthy. They're wealthy. Those are wealthy nations. Belarus, Belarus, muscle. Moldova, access, seafaring equipment, ships. Turkmenistan, Georgia, no this, nothing. Territory. Sorry, I know I signed a beat. Azerbaijan has weapons factory. The grain of the steppes. Anyway, imagine, because until Ukraine is corralled, you can't corral the rest. And like I said, then during the breakaway time, I get it. But this is a totally different Soviet Union. This isn't Joseph Stalin's Soviet Union. It's not. It's not what's his name? Koshenko's Soviet Union. It's not. Is it the Soviet Union? Yeah, but you can pretty much come and go. I mean, where are you going? We're going to France for a couple of weeks and then we'd be back. Okay. I mean, okay. There's not guards outside the hotel where they're freaking Olympic athletes are. You know what I'm saying? When the Olympics come around and it's a place, remember Moscow on the Hudson? With Robin Williams movie. Oh, if y'all ain't seen it, check it out. You corral Ukraine, the rest are coming to the fold. If you have no support, you have each other, but that's about it. Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and the Uzbeks. The Uzbeks make damn good soldiers for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what make them Uzbeks so damn tough. I don't. They are, but I don't know why. And anybody that has any European travel, especially going into Eastern Europe, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know why they so tough, but they are. Imagine a reunited, the USSR under a working back together, but not based on communism, but based on capitalism. The United States don't want that because they got their own oil. They got their own gas. Remember, they blew up one of Russia's oil lines. Gas. I've done the videos on that. They got their own food. They got access to the sea, to the Black Sea, the Bering, the Straits. They got access. So there's your fishing. They make weapons. They make their own weapons. They make their own tanks. Russia do. I mean, as soon as you can keep the material, but you got to keep the materials coming in. You need Estonia. You need Latvia. Keep the materials coming in. And let's say people think I'm dissing Georgia. I think Georgia got some gas field, whatnot, and this, that, and other. It's not super giant, but it's gas. Okay, that's great. No, I say no diss, but I don't think they need Georgia. Moldova, you gotta have them. With all if they combined and they were operating under a capitalist system, like they are now independently, then they were a communist system from back in the day. The United States don't want that. We don't like competition of that magnitude. We don't. I'm serious. We just don't. So I'm against the Ukraine war. I'm 100% against it. I don't think we should have ever had nothing to do with it. I ain't changed my mind. I wasn't for it now after I see all the billions going out and flip. No. From day one, before a penny even went that we know of, I was like, no, I don't like it. They need to stand and deliver on their own. It's just like any other fight. You fight, it's me and you fighting. If I win, I win. I lose, I lose. But now I gotta fight 20 of you MFers and whatnot. That ain't cool. Because if and when I finally do win, them 19 people that was helping you, trying to help you whoop me, they gonna leave you high and dry. And now I'm supposed to treat you nice? No! I'm going to be heavy-handed with you for a while. And I'm gonna get y'all. I know who you are. I'll get you. Oh, and you? Because you right next door. That ain't no problem. I'll get you. I'll get you after I finish with him. That's why they going balls in. It ain't because they give a damn about the people of the Ukraine. In my opinion. They do not want to see a united Russia with the access to technology, the skill set that they currently have, but they're just fractured, and a huge supply of natural gas and crude oil and wide open manufacturing facilities. See, we done farmed out all of our manufacturing. Thanks, Bill Clinton. And thanks a lot. Now, he didn't do it alone, because there's a couple of people that's supposed to have been Team Red that I wore their asses out too. Thanks, W. You had 8 years to overturn NAFTA and you didn't do it. And people are, well, you Republican, yeah, but why didn't you vote for him? Because like I said, I don't like him. I'm not going to just vote for you just because you got a red R behind your name. I don't like him. He had 8 years to fix NAFTA and he didn't. Next question. He had 8 years to put a 30-year plan for the Eagle Ford and the Permian Basin. You had 8 years to do it, and you didn't. And you know how crucial the oil and gas industry is for the nation from the state of Texas. If Texas suffers oil and gas, guess what? The rest of you motherfuckers is going to suffer too, because the lion's share, well, they get oil from Pennsylvania, not to the level that you do from Texas. They got a refinery again. Yeah, and they just Phillips 66 just shutting down another one because Gavin banged your wife Newsom, then put some more crap in place, and they said, F it. I done a video on that a couple of days ago. We don't have that. If we suffer, you're going to suffer. That's just the way it is. Why do you think if Texas, why do you think so many of the strategic oil reserve facilities are in and around Texas? Because that's where it comes from. You'd be surprised how many people don't know that. Yeah, we drilling and piping in the Dakotas, but when you compare what they do, now what they do is substantial, but when you compare it to what Texas have, it's not even close. Especially and off in the Gulf, the rigs that we have out in the Gulf off the coast of Texas. Folks have no idea how the energy game is played. I do. Y'all need to look at that stream between me and Elizabeth. It's on her channel. When me and Elizabeth done that energy stream. That was great. I don't even know if anybody's still watching at this point. I should have said that at the beginning. I think this has to do with the country says half-ass supporting us, half-ass. You know, like I say, Frau Merkel started shit, but now she's gone, and then the new chancellor, he just got to pick, like, well, shit. You know what I mean? What I'm gonna do? You know, France, they kind of, a lot of countries that actually was all in on us with the Ukraine thing now are kind of capitulated and started buying their oil and gas from Russia again, because they ain't got none. They don't have enough. Russia has plenty. Plenty. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. I think the world is afraid of a unified, getting back the old Eastern Bloc, the old Warsaw Pact, the old CCCP, and they're not operating on fear of communism, and they're not a socialist republic, and they're operating like they are now with businesses doing businesses. They got cell phone manufacturers, cell phone companies. You can pick your cell phone carrier in Russia just like you can here. It's just not called Sprint and AT&T and whatever the hell. They got Wi-Fi. They got 5G. They got railway. Well, hell, Soviet Union always had railways. Especially when you're going out far east Russia, the rail is the way to go. It'll get you to, you know, it'll get you to where you go. Then you can get there. You can motor around. But the train is indispensable. The rail system in Russia. The world, the United States don't want to see a unified Russia. It's bad for business. And there's a few Western countries that agree with us on that stance, and that's why they pitch in their help the way they do, because if we're not the leader and a unified Russia gets, and like I say, ain't nobody worrying about fucking China. Just not. People that know, you know, now the stuff they pump on TV and the web, they pumping fear. Us that know, we ain't worrying about China. Do you got to watch them? Yes. Worry about them? Yeah, no. They don't want to see it. They like, I'd rather deal with the devil that I know and not the devil I've been dancing with for the past 40, 50 years, and to switch dance partners in the middle of the dance. But that's just me thinking out loud. I hope that makes sense. If it makes sense to you, let me know. If it don't, or you got a rebuttal, that's cool. I don't want to be in an echo chamber. Leave your comment below. Nick, I think you missed the mark on this, or blah, 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 or my list of countries was wrong, or I left out this country, or I got them out of misorder or whatnot. All right? All right. Y'all be good. Be safe. Bye.